What up, SNA assassinators? Yeah, I'm back here like maybe 10 seconds later. And yeah, I'm talking about the battle of Texans or the Texas State Showdown, I guess you could say, whatever they call it, like down in the South, like in the biggest state of the United States. And that is, yeah, the Dallas Cowboys against the Houston Texans on Monday Night Football. And yeah, it was live in the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And it was like how we expected it to be. And then I told you before, like, well, we were for like if the Houston Texans get the dub, like now, like they're not like primarily their navy blue color. They're starting to be more of their bright red color. Like, and I'm gonna probably start wearing this from now on whenever they play a primetime game. Like, yeah, like why the that love not like, and besides I love wearing, like I said before, I love wearing red on Mondays, so you'll probably see me when the red team does win like a when a game show like a showdown like on prime time on a Monday Night Football game. I'm gonna be definitely be wearing red just like my boys them Chiefs, like when they played a couple of times on Monday, like against the Saints and the Buccaneers. But let's move on to the next let's move on to the games where we got it's where we got like a it's where we got like a holding penalty by the offense, like onto what's the name? Yeah, like 5 yards. They threw it to Robert Woods, the former Rams, but you got like a gain of 7. This is where then it was 2nd and 3. This is where he tried to that's where he tried to throw it to Tank Dale, but this is where it ends up getting it's getting that plan getting fall through. This is where it was 3rd and 3. Like this is where Stroud and the rest of the offense of the Houston Texans were kind of a little bit of a pickle. Like at 3rd and 3 at the I'll say the 20 or the 31-yard line is where he passed it. Dalton Schultz, that's who it was. It was Dalton Schultz that he threw it to, and he used to be the former tight end of the other team that they were playing against, the Dallas Cowboys. That's where he got the 39-yard line, like a gain of I'll say 7 if I'm mistaken. Got the 3 yards and plus an extra 4, making it like 1st and 10. That's where Stroud and then throw it to Mechie. That's what he threw. And he was at the Dallas territory with a completion of 15 yards. Like at the I'll say at the I'll say the 46-yard line if I'm mistaken. I get a gain at 15. That's where we got Nixon and ran it like for the rest of the what's his name? Joe Nixon. Yeah, this is where he ran it for like a good I'll say they were at the 30. Other than that, they were like the 46-yard line. He ran the good. They ran that good 46 yards for a touchdown. And yeah, touchdown, Houston Texans. And then this is where then they got the 7 points. This is where they kicked it right to the Dallas Cowboys. This is where it was the start of the league start of the lead up to the Houston Texans into this I'll say this battle of the Texans showdown of a beatdown, I guess you could say. But moving on to the next slide, this is where we got what this is where they started right at I'll say at the 18-yard line. Mr. Cooper Rush with the Dallas offense is where we got passing the table, like this is where he got like that's where he got like a gain of I'll say 2 right here at the 20 or no, they're at the 21-yard line. So I'll say that make it 3 yards. So it was 2nd and 7. This is where we got CD Lamb in motion. This is where we saw Rushton saw him was open. This is where we got CD Lamb got a gain of a couple. Or then he got a first down, and he got like a gain of I'll say what the guy gained of it was like about 20. I'll say 21. So he was probably at the 32-yard line. So I'll say a gain of 11. But that's where we move on to the next drive. No, it was at the 32-yard line. This is where we got Stroud and go for a snap right after his tight end was in motion. That's where we try to pass it to his running back. But it's where it was almost like a forward pass, but it was, I mean, well, no, it was like it was almost a backwards pass, like a fumble, but it was a forward pass, and it was an incomplete pass. Like with the running back did not successfully catch the ball, so it wasn't a fumble, but almost was. And this is where we got the Houston Texans thought it was. This is where they're trying to head right towards it, but this is where we got. That's where we got Cooper Rush like, all right, here we go, set hike. That's where then he tried to. That's where we got Weld and trying to go for a run, but it's where we got toe, like then stop him. It was like fourth down and long. I'll say 4th and 9. That's where they try to go for. That's where they try to go for like a punt. Well, first there was they threw it to the receiver actually on 3rd down. It was like with them only got 1 yard. Is where That's, that's where the receiver number one got stopped by Peachtree, the corner, right into the right side. Is where we got. That's where we got what's his name, the coach on the Houston Texans. Like, yeah, that's my man. And this is where they punt the ball right back to Houston. That's where we got Dak Prescott was watching right on top of the shelf. That's where then we got. That's where we got the offensive coordinator that was very more enthusiastic than to the more than the coach of the Houston Texans, and so let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Is where we saw Stroud and a fake pass to who was it? It was Nixon. Like Mixon is where he tried to run it, but he only got like a gain of 5, if I'm not mistaken. That's where the oh no, 3 yards actually. That's where we got Mixon. I mean, not Mixon. Stroud then trying to try to throw at least half a Mary. This is where he gets sacked by Dallas defense, and it was I'll do it Zua, if I'm mistaken. I'll do it Zua. I think that's what the name of the defensive lineman is. What is what we got Doom Bawawe, like the other running back, trying to get the first down, but he only got like probably like maybe like only a gain of 10, like which was 4th and 3. That's where we got like CJ Stroud was like, okay, 132, 133 hike. That's where they tried to throw it to his intended receiver, I believe uh was what's his name? No Noku what's his name? Noku Collins. That's where he end up getting intercepted, unfortunately. It was what's his name? Like that was the corner that intercepted the ball. Yeah, it was Malik Hoker. Yeah, Malik Pope. And that's where we got like you got the interception. Is where we got. Let's see. That's where they started at the. Let's see. The like once they ran it for a few. Is where they went until they were like at the 30. I'll say no. They were like at the 44-yard line. Is where he passed it. That's where he passed the CD Lamb, and when he was in motion, is where he got a first down. Like which and it was a gain of 13 yards, like almost a first down and a half, 13 yards from CD. Shout out to the wide receiver of the Dallas Cowboys. Is where that's where the defense that's where we got Murray then came in and Aaron Murray. This is where then he it's where he then stops the running back, like on number 27 of the Dallas Cowboys. It spin him around, made him like lose like about a loss of 2. This is where we were 2nd and 12. That's where we got. That's where we got what's his name? Cooper Rush to pass it to Donald. Yeah, Donald. Like which he only got like a gain of I'll say 3. No, 2 actually. Which it's 3rd and 8. Yeah, 3rd and 8 is where we got. That's where we got what's his name? Uh, what's his name? I forget his. What's his name? Cooper Rush. Well, I'm kind of forgetting, but I still remember at the time. But it's where he snaps the ball. Like 187, 188, like Hike, this is where he tried to throw it to his intended receiver, but this is where it ended up getting re-intercepted right back from the Houston Texans. That's where he tried to go for. But that's where we got, Cooper Rushton couldn't believe it when he got intercepted by Houston. It was none other than like safety Stingling, yeah, it was Stingling that intercepted number 24. That's where CeeDee Lamb looked very ticked off. Like when him taking off his helmet, that's where Stingling started look like he's doing his own dance moves version of Justin Jefferson when he makes a touchdown. But let's see. But that's where we got the Houston Texans. Then started at the I'll say the 38-yard line, I believe. Yeah, or was it the 39-yard line? I'm not sure. I don't know for sure, but yeah, this is where they got an incomplete pass. But I tried to throw it to Schultz, the tight end. That's where they try to go for the run to the Mixon. This is where we got only like a gain of, I'll say, 2 on that. This is where he told Mixon and go in motion and go with the other receivers. This is where we got Stroud and threw it away on the right side, like with him nearly getting sacked. But there was a flag on the play with Parsons almost sacking him. This is where they showed this is where that's where they explain what exactly is the penalty flag on, and it was not other than Parsons himself because he was the one that started it because he jumped and went off sides. That explains why he got to Stroud too early, like than ever before. But that's where we got with Micah Parsons that was almost lucky, but yet they probably would have gotten called back and they would have gained 5 yards from it, which they did. It was 3rd and 3 for replay of 3rd down. And where Stroud and passed it to Collins, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, it was Collins that he got the first down with. They were like at the let's see, it was I'll say 46-yard line if I'm not quite mistaken. Yeah, at the Dallas 46, that's where Stroud snaps the ball. He launched it a half a Mary right onto what's it? It was onto Dale. It was what's his name? Tank Dale. That's what his name is. Tank Dale. They got the ball. He got and took it. Got first down like at the what yard line? It was at I'll say the 2019-yard line, yeah, like with them like a couple of downs away from the red zone. That's where there was a flag on the play, unfortunately. And then this is where then the referees explained who was the flag on. It was on the defense, like it was a what was it? It was not a holding penalty, or was it a unnecessary personal foul? Or no, it was an illegal contact on the defense, but there was the penalties was declined. Like that's where it was an automatic. I mean, it was still a first down. That's where then that's where we got Stroud passing it to Collins again, like a gain of 3. Like with them showing Nico Collins, like with him, like from past couple years, from 2021 to 2022, he got like about set like 70 receptions, and then 2023 to 2024 he got over 113, and then from the 70 receptions like of 2021 and 22 he got 927 yards and 3 touchdowns, while 2023 and 2024 it was overall was 1,875 with 11 touchdowns. Like with him doing really good last season and the season before and the season before that combined, he's been doing really impressive. Like he just keep getting better and better ever since he's been into the Houston Texans. And I remember the first thing that I talk about next to being next to the Chiefs and the team that was on the NFL on my first football news video was it was Nico Collins. Like when me showing a video of him like catching a touchdown with a Hail Mary that Stroud threw to him. But that's where we got. They were like at the I'll say the 11-yard line is where we got Mixon was like short of a first down, like with them only making it at the I'll say no, I think he got a gain of like one, like they were at the 11, so he got at the 10-yard line. That's where we got Mixon and Ramsey. That's where he got a first down and maybe even a touchdown, or maybe down at the one, like he fell down right at the one, with him knocking over the orange thing. But it's where he had already had the knees and the rest of his body down before he can even make it in the end zone. So that was like at the 1-yard line. That's where then they were like, you gotta go for a running play, whether if it's a quarterback sneak or a running back or even the fullback, which he passed the Mixon. He manages to almost get it. That's where he managed to get it. Actually, it was he got right underneath the right underneath one guy from Dallas to get past the line, cross the plane, touchdown. But this is where it got called back. However, this is where it was a second down, like with the 1.5-yard line. Stroud was like, "No big deal. Second down, we can get in." Like this is where he passed the Mixon. He smartly got into the right side. This is where he thought he was playing Madden, so he started swinging the ball up and started doing a little dance, like side to side with his arms and legs. Touchdown, Texans in their second touchdown in a row. And it was 14-0 after them getting this touchdown here before the end of the first quarter. This is where they managed to kick it to the Dallas Cowboys, but it ended with the with 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 the Dallas Texans leading. The not the Dallas Texans, the Houston Texans like lead 14-0 in the first quarter. This is where they show like the more details of Dak Prescott's hamstring injury, and it states that it's approximal avulsion of the hamstring, like tear of the tendon, like and where it like attaches like to the pelvic bone, like which shows like it's exactly like the Achilles is like it got snapped, teared right off of the pelvic bone. And I want to wish Dak Prescott like a full and fast and speedy recovery after this unfortunate, I'll say, twist and turn of the event, and hopefully he does come back like healthy as ever. Like maybe that won't be until next season when we see him back and being healthy as a horse. But this where moving on, we got let's see. But that's where we got the return man on the Dallas Cowboys. Like was taking. We only got the ball up to like at the 30, I'll say 6-yard line, which that was not bad at all because nowadays when somebody get the touchbacks, it's 35, so they got an extra 6 yards, like more than they would have gotten a touchback. But that's where we got what's his name? Cooper Rushton snaps the ball like 130 like 180, 190. I said hike. This is where he tried to throw it to CD Lamb. I think he caught it with one hand. But this is where he got a gain. I think he got like maybe like a gain of 3 yards on that play. That's where we got. That's where we got. What's his name? Cooper Rushton. That's like 120, 122, 123. That's where then we got what's his name? Coop. Like I mean not Cooper, I mean CD Lamb. Then where I passed him in motion is where he passed to the running back to my double, like with him like a gain of 2, making it I'll say 3rd and 5. Like and that was the end of the first quarter. Now we're going back to going to the second quarter, like on what happened next, like in who scored is where here we go. This is where we got Dallas, then got a touchdown though, like on the next play. But it was Turpin, yeah, it was Turpin number 3 that what's his name passed it to. Was it? It was Mister. But oh yeah, Cooper Rush saw him open. He ran and did a track race to the guys on the defense. But unfortunately, halfway into the end zone, the flag was thrown. He got a touchdown. Is where he then waved his arms to the fans, like when the Dallas fans started chanting like yeah, that's where like there was no penalties on Dallas though. Fortunately for the Dallas Cowboys, and, but this where it's because the reason why there was no penalty on them because it was on the defense with illegal hands to the face. And it was number 23 that was doing so to one of the other fellow offense. This is where we got the touchdown on the Dallas Cowboys, which they absolutely needed the touchdown. And it made it like 7-14. Like even though they were down by a touchdown, I got to hand it to Cooper Rush. Like he did an impressive job. This is something that like on the Sunday roundup games, usually on Sunday he does not play this good, but he has to because he's playing on a national, and a much more in a much national primetime game. Like so, he got to make this count. Like he got to start playing like if he's a primetime Super Bowl quarterback, in order to keep his job with the Dallas Cowboys. And then, like, if it's just any other game on Sundays, like, yeah, and they can handle that because, like, it may be embarrassing, but not as embarrassing playing, like, good, not as embarrassing not playing good on a primetime game. This is what we got. The return man that went for, like, run. He juked right over one of the guys. That's where the guy on special teams then got injured. This is where I want to wish him his best full and fast speed recovery. Whoever it was number 14. I'd say it was. But anyway, we got the Dallas Cowboys with. He's right at I'd say the 5. If I'm not the 5, it was like at I'll say the 8. But with one of the receivers going in motion is where we got Stroud passing it to Mixon. He got a gain of 10 to be exact at I'll say gain of 10 like at the 18-yard line is where they try to go for the next snap or maybe 9 yards, making it 17. That's where then there was some movements on the offense. That's where then the defense pointed out it was a false start, and that's where then the referees confirmed it was. And there was a 5-yard penalty on the Texans. Like it was particularly was Mixon that was false starting on accident. That's where it was 2nd and 6. It was not much of a big deal because it was second. It was 2nd and. I believe it was like 2nd and 6. So that's where we got Stroud and threw it right onto who? Woods. That's who was Robert Woods, but this is where he gets stopped by the corner on the Dallas Cowboys, which was what's his name? Micah Parsons, if I'm mistaken, that went for the save. That's where we got Stroud and got the. Yeah, that's where y'all know it was. I believe was it? That was what's his name? Robert Woods. That was in motion. That's where we got Stroud and passed it to Schultz. Yeah, the tight end is where he got the first down. Probably a gain of 12, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is where we got. They were at the 31. This is where we try to pass it to Mixon, but he gets pushed back by the Dallas defense. Like with them doing pretty impressive. Like even though like we got Mixon got a gain of 1 because nothing not slowing them down. That's where we got. And then we got Robert Woods in motion again. That's where he threw a quarter of a Mary. That's where he passed it to what's his name? That's where he passed it to what's his name? Mixon. That's where he ran it for a good amount of yards and started running. Plus, and this is where he started running. That's where he get tripped right over. And at the 30, and this is where then there was a flag on the play, unfortunately. That's where we're saying there was a holding onto Diggs, number 7, not only to the receiver, but also the running back as well. Or it was a personal foul, illegal block, as a matter of fact, and it was on defense on number 13 actually, and it was an automatic first down along with a first down that the Houston Texans already got, which it made them more further than just 30 yards. But they would add an extra 15 yards, so they were like at the 16-yard line. That's where then we got Schultz was in motion. That's where we got Stroud and snapped the ball. At number 238, I said Hiking is where they passed it to Schultz. No, it was Cage Stover. Yeah, it was Stover, the rookie tight end, the second string tight end to be exact, which he got like a gain of a few, which it was 2nd and 7 is where he passed it to. That's what it was. Yeah, it was Tank Dale that only got a gain of a couple. This were 5 to be exact. It was 3rd and 2. This is where we got Stroud and it's like, all right, 192, 193, 199, 2, 7, 207 is where the hike is where he tried to pass it to Mixon, but he got stopped right and went right nowhere. This where it was like 4th. Oh no, he did gain some yards. He roughly got like 3, but he ends up getting taken down by the Dallas defense. Then they settle for a field goal at I'll say. Oh no, it was the Dallas Cowboys that they trying to ice the kicker, but I don't think they did exactly that. That was not really successful. That's where they were obviously so close, and plus that's where then they got a delay of game penalty. That's where they got pushed back 5 yards. That's where they're like no matter we got loss of 5, 4th and 8. That's where they got the field goal anyways. It was 17-9. 17-7. I meant to say. They really kicked it right back to Dallas. This is where there was a flag on the play. Unfortunately, however, after the kickoffs, this is where the referee explains what was the problem. This is where he explained it is the